If you're a real manhwa fan, this channel is for you. Here I break down full stories, fast, deep, and straight to the point. But making videos like this takes hours of research and editing for every single chapter. So if you want me to keep uploading more parts of this series, hit the subscribe button like this video. Because most people watch but don't subscribe. Don't be one of them. Now let's get into the story. Despite this success, everyone noted that their individual debts had only been reduced by 400,000 yen. Yuichi also believed his debt remained the same, as he had both halved his debt using the note and doubled it again by breaking the rules. Manabu urged the group to move on to the second game. However, Yuichi stayed behind for a moment to inspect the questions and notes from the first game, only to find that the notes had disappeared. Shiho returned to find Yuichi and discussed the possibility of a traitor within the group. Yuichi suspected Shiho, as she was disciplined and methodical, making it unlikely she would willingly participate in the game instead of investigating the culprit who had stolen the money. However, Shiho revealed her suspicion of Yuichi, citing his financial struggles as a potential motive. Shiho admitted that she hadn't accused Yuichi because she didn't pity him, she deeply cared about him. She also confessed that her debt had doubled because she had accidentally made a sound after answering the first question incorrectly, resulting in a penalty. She believed Yuichi had broken the rules to save her, as at that moment she had the highest debt. Their conversation was overheard by Tenji. The organizers observed that Yuichi was sharp and resourceful when it came to matters of money. His keen instincts and clever strategies were impressive, but they doubted it would enough to win the game. After all, someone among the group was actively working to destroy their friendship. The group then moved on to the second game. They were told that this round would be watched by an audience from above, and the game required the players to insult their friends. The rules seemed confusing, so Manabu clarified. Each player would take turns entering a room to write something bad about one of their friends on a piece of paper and put it in a box. Manabu would then read the insults aloud, and the audience would vote on who should move the most spaces on the board. The first person to reach the finish line would shoulder all the debt and move on, while the remaining 4 would be eliminated. However, there was a loophole if everyone submitted blank votes. Each player would only move 1 space forward, potentially allowing them to reach the finish line together and proceed to the third round. Manabu warned, though, that a traitor was almost certain to submit something, making the blank vote strategy risky. The 2 observers laughed, doubting the group could work together. Humans, they believed, were inherently selfish, and they were curious to see how far the group could go together. In the first 2 rounds, everyone submitted blank votes, and the group advanced 2 spaces. However, each space on the board came with conditions that added more debt to their totals. Manabu then introduced a new rule. All the accumulated debt from these conditions would be transferred to the person who reached the finish line first. From the third round onward, things began to unravel. Someone submitted an insult targeting Shiho, revealing that she had feelings for Yuichi despite having previously dated Tenji. According to the observers, romantic entanglements were the most effective way to destroy friendships. As a result, Shiho was forced to move 5 spaces forward, while the others moved only 1. Shabe accused Yuichi of toying with him, knowing full well that Shiho liked him, but keeping it a secret. Tengi scolded Shibe for being jealous, reminding him that he was Shiho's ex-boyfriend. However, Shiho explained that her relationship with Tengi had been arranged by their fathers, who were old friends, and that she had no romantic feelings for him. While her claim made it seem like a lie, Tengi truly had feelings for her, which fueled his frustration when Shabe spoke disrespectfully about her. The argument escalated, with Shabe and Tengi turning on each other, each suspecting the other of being the one to write the insult about Shiho. Tengi used his sharp mind to pin the blame on Shabe, accusing him of spreading rumors about the love triangle to confirm the truth. Tengi argued that he couldn't have written it himself because doing so would only make him a suspect. Before the situation could devolve into violence, Yuichi intervened, advising them to focus on Shiho's feelings if they truly cared about her. Meanwhile, Yutori grew envious, lamenting that all three boys seemed more interested in Shiho than her. In the next round, things took a darker turn. 3 insults were submitted, the most damaging of which revealed that Shiho had undergone plastic surgery. Shiho was once again forced to move several spaces forward, while Yuichi and Shabe only moved 1 and 2 spaces, respectively. The insults began to escalate, driving a wedge between the friends. The following round brought a shocking revelation. Yutori had once worked as a sugar baby. Overwhelmed, Yutori broke down as her painful past was dragged back into the spotlight. She immediately accused Shiho, the only one who knew about her secret, of betraying her. Shabe, in his usual clumsy manner, worsened the situation by making insensitive comments about Yutori's past, prompting Tenji to punch him in the face out of frustration. Tenji then asked Yuichi to comfort Yutori, knowing that only Yuichi had the ability to calm her down. After several rounds, the current standings were clear. Tengi remained at the back of the group. Manabu reminded everyone of the rules, but it was evident that the debts were no longer the main concern. The exposure of secrets had become the group's breaking point. Yutori shared her story. She had suffered severe bullying in the past. Teachers and classmates turned their backs on her, refusing to help. She had to pay off her bullies just to be left alone. For money, she decided to become a sugar baby for a wealthy older man. At first, it was just dinners and outings. However, things took a darker turn when the man asked her to cosplay and take photos. When he tried to make physical advances, she ran away, believing she had not crossed any lines. Although the internet didn't believe her, she desperately sought validation from Yuichi. She pleaded with him to believe in her. She felt he was the only person she had left. If Yuichi abandoned her now, she would truly be alone. The supervisors believed that people are all the same. They thought that as long as they remained pure, they had the right to scold those deemed dirtier than themselves. In this case, everyone would believe that Yutori is dirty, that she is to blame. However, Yuichi was still willing to accept her past and would never abandon his friends. He whispered something to Yutori and asked her to trust him. If you made it till the end, then you're definitely enjoying this story. So take 1 second to support the channel. Like this video and subscribe. Because honestly, viewers like you decide whether the next part comes or not. And trust me, the next chapter is going to be even crazier. So don't miss it. Subscribe now, and I'll see you in the next part.